We multiply common bases, we add their exponents, and then when we divide, we subtract. So we can either do this in two steps where we combine the numerator and then subtract the denominator, or we can do it like all at the same time. So I'll do it both ways. Okay, in the first one, we'll deal with the numerator first. We already have a common denominator in our fractions. So I'm going to add those together. So I'm going to have 5/4 plus -1/4. And this is just going to stay the same. So this is z to the 4/4 over z to the 1/3. And 4/4 is just 1. Okay. Now I'll deal with this. And again, this is an invisible 1 right there, right? So now I have to subtract 1/3 from 1. So this becomes z to the 1 minus 1/3. Well, 1 is the same thing as 3/3. So I get z to the 2/3. Or if you want to do it all in one fell swoop. This is z to the 5/4 minus or plus -1/4 minus 1/3. So we add the two numerator, subtract the denominator. Well, these have a common denominator, so it might be easier just to go ahead and combine those first. Common denominator here, 12. So I have 12/12, oops, minus 4/12. So that's z to the 8/12, which reduces to 2/3. Or you could have done common denominator way up here and then combined it that way. Same thing, it's just here you're dealing with it all at once, as opposed to here where you're dealing with it in parts. Okay, so this one we're going to do combined. That's a negative. So I have y to the 3/2 plus -1/4 minus 1/3. So you need a common denominator between these three, which is going to be 12. Okay, so to turn this into a 12, I'm going to be multiplying by 6, right? So I have to multiply both of those by 6. So I get 18/12 plus, here I need to multiply by 3. So -3/12 minus, here I'm multiplying by 4. So minus 4/12. So I have 18 minus 3, which is 15, minus 4, which is 11. And then that does not reduce. Okay, so here we can either deal with our denominator first and add them, and then subtract that from the numerator, or if you want to do it all in one step, you have to put the two denominators together and then subtract them. So we have y, and since these are already common denominator, I'm going to go ahead and combine them. So it's y minus 4 halves, which is just 2. If I give myself a common denominator of 6, multiply that by 3 and this by 2. So I get 2 sixths minus 12 sixths. So that's negative 10 sixths, which will reduce to negative 5 thirds, but it's negative, which I'm not allowed to have. So it's 1 over y to the 5 thirds.